There is a one-page letter to the IRS that stops collections cold. No payment plan, no settlement, no filing fee. The letter puts your account in a status the IRS does not advertise. Once you are in that status, the bank levies stop, the wage garnishments stop, and the calls from the automated collection system stop. The status has a name: currently not collectible. The IRS code is 53. The letter that gets you there is a hardship request. I am going to walk you through exactly when this works, what to put in the letter, and what the IRS will do with it. If you owe back taxes and your income barely covers your basic bills, this is the most important page you will read this year. Here is what currently not collectible actually means. The IRS agrees that collecting from you right now will create an economic hardship. The debt does not go away. Interest still runs. The lien may stay in place, but the agency stops active collection. No levies, no garnishments, no new enforcement letters until your finances change. The IRS reviews your file once a year. If your income stays low, you stay in this status. If your income jumps, the file goes back to active collection. The clock on the 10-year statute keeps running the whole time you are in CNC. For a lot of clients, the statute runs out before their income recovers, and the debt expires on its own. Now, here is who qualifies. The IRS looks at two things: your monthly income and your allowable living expenses under the IRS collection financial standards. The standards are public. They cover food, clothing, housing, utilities, transportation, healthcare, and out-of-pocket health costs. The numbers vary by family size and county. If your income minus your allowable expenses is 0 or negative, you qualify for CNC. If you have a positive number after expenses, the IRS will not grant CNC. The agency will push you into an installment agreement instead, even if the payment is painful. The math is simple. The paperwork is where people fail. Here is what the hardship letter must include: your name, address, social security number, and the tax years you owe. Without all four, the IRS cannot match your letter to your account. A clear statement that you are requesting currently not collectible status under Internal Revenue Manual Section 5.6.1. Use that exact language. The revenue officer or ACS agent reading your letter knows the manual section. The reference shows you are not guessing. A summary of your monthly income from every source: wages, self-employment, social security, disability, unemployment, pension, rental income, side work, every dollar. If you leave a source out and the IRS finds it on a transcript, your request gets denied for incomplete disclosure. A summary of your monthly expenses: rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, required medical costs, childcare, court-ordered payments. Use real numbers. The IRS will compare them to the collection financial standards. If your expenses are at or under the standards, you are in good shape. A statement of your assets: bank account balances, vehicles, real estate, retirement accounts. The IRS wants to know what is reachable and what is not. Be honest. Hidden assets are how a CNC request turns into a fraud investigation. A description of the hardship: job loss, medical event, divorce, business failure, disability. The reason matters. The IRS reads thousands of these letters a year. The ones that get approved fast are the ones that tell a clear, specific story. A request for Form 433F or Form 433A to be considered with your letter. Attach the form. Filled out, signed. Now here is what most people miss. The hardship letter alone does not work. You need to attach proof: 3 months of bank statements, 3 months of pay stubs or profit and loss statements, recent utility bills, recent medical bills, a divorce decree if it applies, a doctor's letter if disability applies. The IRS approves cases on documentation, not narrative. You also need to be current on filing. If you have unfiled returns, the IRS will not grant CNC. Get every missing year filed before you send the hardship request. This is not optional. Now here is where to send it. If you have a revenue officer, you send the letter and Form 433 directly to that officer. The address is on the appointment letter. If your case is with the automated collection system,
You call the number on your most recent notice. You tell the agent you are requesting currently not collectible status. The agent will take the financial information over the phone using Form 433F. Send the letter and documents to the fax number the agent gives you, same day. If you are not sure where your case sits, pull a recent transcript. Code 530 means CNC is already in place. Code 971 means a notice was issued. The notice address tells you where to send the request. Here is the timeline. A clean hardship request with documentation gets a decision in 30 to 60 days. A revenue officer case can be faster. An ACS case is sometimes longer. While the request is under review, collections pause. The IRS will not levy you while a properly submitted CNC request is open. If the request is approved, you get a letter confirming the status. The letter does not come with a payment plan. The letter says the IRS will review your finances in 12 months. If the request is denied, you have the right to appeal. The appeal goes through the IRS Office of Appeals. A denied CNC request often turns into a partial pay installment agreement or a currently not collectible status at the appeal level, once the appeals officer sees the same numbers with fresh eyes.
Here is the truth about CNC that the IRS will not tell you. The status is one of the most underused tools in the entire collection process. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people who qualify never request it. They pay on installment agreements they cannot afford. They drain retirement accounts. All because they did not know a one-page letter could stop the IRS in its tracks. If your income barely covers your basic bills, you have unfiled returns, and you owe back taxes, you do not need a fancy settlement. You need a hardship letter and a clean Form 433. File your returns, run your numbers, write the letter. Send it with proof. Stop the bleeding first. Fix the rest after. Dean Michael, the Tax Doctor.